Every morning before the sun fully rose, Adeola sat by the roadside with her small charcoal stove. The smell of frying akara filled the air as palm oil bubbled gently in a blackened pan. Life had not been kind to her, but she worked with patience, shaping bean paste with hands already marked by burns and years of struggle. Each akara she sold was a prayer for survival. One morning, a man arrived in a clean car and stepped out with confidence. He bought her akara and paid far more than the price. When she tried to return the extra money, he smiled and told her to keep it. From that day, he came often, always polite, always generous. He spoke of helping her, of lifting her from the roadside into a better life. Hunger and hope made Adeola trust him. One night, the man asked her to follow him, saying there was something important she needed to do. They walked deep into a forest where red cloths hung from trees and candles flickered before a hidden shrine. Fear gripped Adeola, but before she could turn back, she understood the truth. The man had never come to save her. He had come to use her. A ritual began. Blood was demanded. Adeola cried and called his name, but he turned his face away. Her akara tray fell to the ground as darkness swallowed her life. By morning, she was buried in secret, her suffering traded for the man's wealth, but death did not silence Adeola. Her spirit rose, quiet, calm, carrying the akara tray that had once fed others. She returned first to the man's house. In the kitchen, his wife cooked peacefully, unaware that her comfort was built on blood. The oil on the stove began to boil violently. When the woman turned, she saw Adeola's reflection staring back at her. Panic filled the room. Invisible hands dragged her toward the fire, and the kitchen fell silent. Next, Adeola visited the man's sister. She sat happily counting money, laughing at her fortune. Suddenly, akara balls dropped from the ceiling, rolling across the floor like accusations. The spirit appeared behind her. Fear replaced pride as she was dragged away, screaming into the darkness. At last, Adeola stood before the man himself. He sat alone, surrounded by money that no longer brought peace. The sound of sizzling oil filled his ears. When he looked up, he saw her, no longer weak, no longer afraid. She raised her akara tray, and the truth of his greed closed in on him. Morning came again. By the roadside, another woman lit her charcoal stove and poured oil into a pan. Akara began to fry, and life moved on, but the wind carried a warning: no wealth eats peace. Thanks for watching. Please follow us for more like this.